Hey y'all, welcome back. Episode 49 of season two, or 49 Man and Music podcast of season two. Man, it's been a rough start to the week, mainly for all the traveling that we've done. But Kevin and I are here tonight. We're gonna dive right into the brawl, how much fun it was. We're gonna talk about the game itself. We're gonna talk about everything basically from this past weekend and kind of see where the episode takes us. But let's see how it goes. All right. So we'll start with the quick weekly sports update. NFL season week two, rather, is done and in the books. Kevin, how are you feeling after? I don't know. Did you watch? Let me ask this one. Did you watch any of the game yesterday?
I did. I watched mainly the Steelers game, and then I'm not gonna lie to you, I fell asleep at halftime, and I didn't wake up till 2 this morning.
Nice. I think I turned the game off um either right before halftime or right after halftime, but that was abysmal football.
I mean, it was as sloppy as it could get, and one thing I know is shout out to Nick Chubb. Hopefully, he gets a speedy recovery.
Mm.
I heard the knee injury looked really nasty
I
on
did not
TV.
see it.
From what everyone told me that 100% it was a hyperextension, and he must have done something to it. But apparently, it looked really, really, really bad.
Yeah, they're saying he is done for the year. TJ Ford is now the number one back, and Kareem Hunt went to visit his old team um, to see if they need a new running back to help out. Definitely a big loss. And somehow, though the Browns had more yards, more time of possession, everything along those lines, they still lost to the Steelers.
I know, crazy. Shout out to my Steelers for getting on the W column.
Well, lucky you, my team has decided to lose every game so far by a touchdown. Um,
That's super unfortunate.
yeah, but you know what? I might go to this weekend's game.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, are you working?
This weekend's game.
Yeah, the Patriots Jets game.
Hold on. Well, I don't know if they put me on yet, but I should be in the building.
Okay. Well, it's supposed to be rainy and kind of crappy here in New York, so we're playing it by ear. And the ticket prices since yesterday,
Oh, they should be
dude,
astronomically lower now.
they have dropped just from yesterday. Yesterday they were $120 still. They're $99, like $90. So I'm waiting to see if they keep going down even more. And we might be pulling the trigger to go to the Patriots Jets game in MetLife on Sunday.
Do it so then we could see each other, and then I could do a reel of you visiting me.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Considering I've seen you so much this past couple
Oh
weeks.
my god, I can't. I'm surprised you even wanted to record today. I feel like you would be so sick of me.
No, I'm not sick of anybody. I am just still. I kid you not, Kevin. I have not gone to the gym all week so far to start the 2 days. I have been so tired. I needed the break. Hopefully, I will be there tomorrow. I'm not really sure though.
I have been there the last
Dude,
2 days.
you're a warrior.
The first day it was a struggle. One of our stations was a 6 minute run. I swear that run was an hour. The way how long that took. It was rough.
Yeah, no, thank you. I will. I think tomorrow is like shoulders or arms. So
All right, there you
e-
go.
easy transition back into the gym.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I NFL has been a little up and down lately. But hopefully, if tickets do go the way I'm hoping they are,
Mm-hmm.
I will be. My wife and I will be at the game.
That
So
is absolutely fantastic. So I get to see both of you.
yeah, you get to see the better half.
Oh, shout out to you. Shout out to Ashley out here.
Shout out to the wifey. She is definitely the better half. Another big update for the sports world is Shohei Ohtani is done for the rest of the year. He has an oblique injury and also is getting surgery on his elbow. So he has bowed out of the rest of the regular season, which is great. It's probably a good thing for him. And he apparently has cleared out his locker.
I heard that, which is Very interesting. So, does that mean that he's looking to get shopped from the
I'm
Angels?
pretty sure he has no years left on his contract. I think this was a contract year.
Ooh, very interesting.
Let's see. Under receiver. Oh, it's not. He did not do Tommy John, which is good.
Yeah, that would be horrible if he did that.
Yeah, so he signed a one. So all right. So pre-arbitration signing bonus, arbitration extension. He made $30 million this year,
Okay.
and he'll be an unrestricted free agent hitting the start of next MLB season. They said
He's gonna get a lot of money.
they said his injury though will take him from making $50 million a year to $40 million a year.
Okay. I mean, $10 million less. All right, just a measly $40 million. No big deal.
Yeah, I would take $40 million once in my lifetime and be set.
Oh, me too. I'd even take 20 million.
I'd take $1 million. Let's just be straightforward. I think we would just take any money that someone would want to give us for free, to be honest.
Facts. 100% facts.
Yeah. Definitely the truth there. Have you heard from Drew?
I have heard nothing. I'm assuming he's with his mom still, so we'll
Yeah.
let Drew do his thing.
All right, Drew. Well, if you join, awesome. If not, that's okay. We'll have you on another time and shoot the shit. I know we're going to talk to Brawl, so there's really nothing crazy we're going to talk about W football at this moment. Basketball though, still no news, which is good. They were at the game. They apparently were on the field for majority of the game, which is great. No news again is good news with this basketball team. So
I will say, when we were walking to one of our tailgates, 100% walked past all of them, which was hilarious. And I remember I yelled out, "Oh yeah, that's a Raekwon battle," and he looked over and I was like, "What's up?" And he said hello. Then just
that's
waved.
awesome.
But that was cool. I was like, "Do I want to go back and ask for a photo?" But I think we were on a mission to go somewhere, so I didn't want to hold you guys up since you guys did lose me, in the middle of the blue lot. So I didn't want to lose you guys again.
So I heard the story about the blue lot, and apparently we all just went all separate directions,
which is hilarious. I mean, but I mean, again, that's the blue lot, though.
Oh, we'll talk about that. So Kevin, you've got a Nets jersey on. I'm gonna go with it. Is that a kid?
No, hold on. Let me show
Ooh.
you the number.
Oh,
I hope you know this because you were literally there and witnessed me purchase this.
I know who it is, but I can't remember how he says his name. How to say the name.
And it's not even a hard name to say.
I know.
You're gonna kick yourself.
I know.
Do I want to give you a second to just think about it before?
No, because I'm still gonna get it wrong. So just
okay. So guys, today I am not wearing a Kevin Durant jersey. No, it's not a Kevin Durant jersey. This is a throwback to a New York City legend, Georgia Tech point guard, not Stephon Marbury. He's the guy who started it for Stephon Marbury. Also, a former Boston Celtic, Mr. Kenny Anderson. Really awesome buy.
That was my find.
Yes, this was your find. You found the clearance rack, and this was on clearance, and I couldn't believe the price. And I was like, you know what? This has just got to go home with me. So I figured.
Did you get that? Did you get that at the Nets game that we went to, or did you get that at the Liberty game?
No, I got this at the Liberty game because I remember I had the Sabrina jersey in hand, and then you took me, "Hey, Kev, look at the clearance rack," and I was like, "Oh shoot, Kenny Anderson for this price? Why is he this cheap?" And I just said, "Screw it, he's got to come home with me." They had my size, and yeah, like I need to get more. I do want to say, not need. I would like to get more of the Mitchell and Ness jerseys. I talked to one of our former guests, good buddy of mine, Ronald, and him and I had a full conversation on Mitchell and Ness jerseys. And him talking to me is like, God, you're so right. I should totally try and get some more because not only they're great, there's some of the newer ones, they're solid quality and they fit nice, but at the same time, it's like the Mitchell and Ness website always has all these deals that they want you to save and buy their jersey. So it's like
Yeah.
I should like I'll think about it. I don't need the authentic ones. I don't need to spend like $300. I'm
No,
past that. If I just get the swingman ones between that 130 to 150 range, like I'm happy. But yeah, Kenny Anderson is the jersey of the day today.
I'm liking it.
But I did notice you are rocking your awesome hat that you bought with us this weekend. You
Oh,
want to tell
hell
the
yeah.
people what you're
So,
rocking?
so of course, we're talking about the brawl, and I've got to wear my West Virginia lacrosse hat. It was up between women's soccer and lacrosse. Sarah and Bree, if you ever listen to this episode, I will be getting a women's soccer hat the next time I'm in Morgantown. I promise. Just had to show the respect to the lacrosse team because those boys literally are a club team and still one of the top club teams in the country. So love to see them actually get to the D1 level. I think it'd be fantastic with that program. But had to represent something WVU tonight. Plus, I got the game on behind us. Just to
Oh, is that the
rewatch it.
replay?
It's
Oh, nice.
having YouTube TV, you can watch it whenever you want. So it's kind of nice. And this is where CJ Anderson scores his touchdown and throws his helmet on the ground, which the
Amazing.
announcers were saying, this is a horrible idea. Why would he do that? I'm like, dude, I don't really care what you're saying. This is fantastic. I love that he threw his helmet off and screamed.
Hell yeah.
Like, come on.
The emotion of it, man.
It's Pitt. They sucked.
And exactly what you said. It's Pitt. Like, if this was like, random team from the FCS or any other Big 12 team, I would probably be angry too. But this is Pitt. This is a rivalry like no other. As they stated many times in all of their ads for the game, it's pretty simple. They don't like us.
Don't like
We
them.
don't like them. It's crazy. But real quick, because we're going a little ahead, I did want to talk about a little bit about basketball. So
Okay. Yeah.
if you remember, 2 weeks ago we had Kevin Jones on the podcast the other week. Shout out to Kev for taking the time out of his busy schedule to join us. But they recently dropped an episode with new interim head coach with Josh Eilert. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it, but
I
if
have
you
not yet.
you get a chance, definitely tune in. One of the questions they ask is there anybody that left that really in your minds hurt that it was thought it was going to be a tough to replace? And Josh Allen I was really impressed with the coach, and he talked about, and he was completely honest with them, that he mentioned players who he felt would have played really, really well in his system if they would have stayed and not transferred out, and talked about how difficult it was for giving all the players the leverage they had in that 30-day window of them being able to enter the transfer portal. So if you're a WVU fan, make sure you tune into that Final Forecast episode with Kevin, John Flowers, and Coach Josh Eilert. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to it. I know they posted about it. So I'll probably maybe I'll listen to it on the way to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Traffic has been pretty crazy lately, so maybe I'll get the full episode in.
How long has it been taking you to get to work?
Like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's about my drive. I usually try to get my podcast listens in whenever I'm driving to work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just have to make sure I have to watch which podcast I listen to, because then I start to get like sleepy. If I get too cozy in the chair, I might fall asleep. So I watch which podcast I listen to, but they're definitely my lunch break listens.
I don't do the lunch break ones because I literally don't take a lunch. It's freaking nuts.
The struggles out here, sir.
Well, should we talk about the brawl? Should we even give anyone hints about the brawl, or should we tell people they just need to listen and watch the video? That's going to come out soon.
Oh, I know.
We have to send all that stuff to Andrew. Oops.
Yes, I thought I wanted to give him a little bit of a break and a recharge before I started sending him all these emails. But yeah, let's talk about the brawl. Go ahead, start it off,
Woo!
sir.
I just gotta say, holy mother of God, that was a lot of driving and not a lot of sleep.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely for you, not a lot of sleep. Me, lots of sleep. But
Kevin was definitely enjoying his sleeping time. Um, I know we
I
have
do want to say shout out to your wife for allowing us to drive her car down there. It is definitely extremely comfy. It was a good time, lots of room. You had a nice little cover thing to put our bags on top. We were prepared this year.
yeah, we were ready to go. Um, we'll drop some bombs later on, but I think we got ourselves kind of in a fine-tuned machine this year. Little hiccups here and there, but I think we'll get those figured out for the next big trip that we do. Um, but seriously, that ride out wasn't that bad. I think the ride back was horrible because of the rain. Um,
Yeah, the rain was terrible.
I'm actually shocked that Andrew stayed up the whole ride back. I thought he would have fallen asleep. You kept fading in and out. Mark kept fading in and out, which is pretty funny. The both of you at one point were both passed out in the back, and Andrew and I just kind of look back and start laughing. Um,
And I
like
would wake up when you guys would start laughing. I
well,
just would not say anything.
the best part was, so we've all talked about this on the podcast with Kevin. Kevin is an avid snorer. Um, pretty much, we're
Big
pretty sure he
guy,
has sleep
guys.
apnea, but he is undiagnosed. So, um, he let's just put it this way: if anyone has seen Joe Coy, you know the reference of the ghost stick. If not, please go
My
watch that
God, you
video
guys are terrible.
because
You guys are
that was what
terrible.
Kevin was doing.
My
I love
gosh.
Kevin to death. He knows that. He knows that I'm only kidding around and joking with
I
him.
don't know about that, guys. He's trying to replace me.
Who with who? I got nobody. I could go join Joe Mack.
You're gonna replace me with Cyrus.
Oh God, Cyrus and I might kill each other. Um, Respect you, Cyrus. I love you, but the podcast would never end. Uh, but the brawl itself, getting to Morgantown was easy. I think we had a blast. We got to go to a couple of the new shops that they have, got our memorabilia that we were looking for. We didn't spend a ton of money. I know you did, Kevin, because you were getting stuff for your family and friends that their parents told you to get stuff for. But otherwise, I think
Yeah.
last year we spent a lot more money.
No, last year we went a lot more ham because we haven't been down in a while.
Yeah.
And truth be told, like you and I, we bought stuff that was we haven't gotten it yet. If you remember, I sent you that link to the sport management W stuff. So I honestly, most of my money kind of went there because I wanted to get some cool stuff to support the alumni, and yeah, there wasn't really much I needed. I bought two knit hats, two shirts, and then that was it. Like everything else was for my parents and
Yeah.
for friends, and that was pretty much the majority. But that was okay because let's be real, I have a lot of W stuff already. I think there's just really like I'm really just more looking for things hot in the wild that I just can't get anywhere else other than Morgantown.
Yeah, I agree. I think but I got my sweatshirt. I got Ashley a couple shirts. I got my soon to be son who will be here in literally 3 months. Um a hat, like a nice winter kind of hat, and then I bought this hat for myself. Like not there was not much purchasing going on. But it was just enough to get by and enjoy it. We went to Permani Bras and had a great time there with my other friends. But I think the best part about the trip, besides the game, and we'll get to the brawl, like the actual game day, was Friday night, getting back to the hotel and checking into probably the most Morgantown or West Virginia hotel I've ever been to in my life. Um, the people were very nice, but they definitely didn't use their hygiene growing up. I think we all noticed
Hey, we
that.
can't be trashing the
They
people of West Virginia like
they
this.
they did great. They did. The place was phenomenal for what it was. Besides the simple fact of me almost whacking my damn head.
That was the only thing that I was concerned when the ceiling is almost can reach my head and you and Andrew had to duck.
Uh,
That was a little
apparently Andrew hit
interesting.
his head on the ceiling that night.
Well, yeah, because he jumped for it and he honestly could have went through it.
But getting back to there and unpacking and kind of just taking a breather for a second, and then all of a sudden be like, "Yo, you guys want to have a couple beers?" We're drinking, and then all of a sudden it was like, "Let's get our fits out." I don't even know how this like came to be. Was this my idea? Was it your idea?
It was really I was just trying to just take a mini B-roll video for the We Out Here video that we're taking. Then all of a sudden it turned into a full-on photo shoot. And then so if anybody hasn't seen the reel that we have, check it out on our Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. It is fantastic.
How about this?
There it is. And you can probably hear it right now. But definitely tune in to the Manly Musings Podcast Instagram and check out that reel. Hopefully you enjoy it. I think we have that one doesn't have as many hits as the other one. I have to double check the Insta to see how many views that one has. It should have like an all right amount, but not too many. Oh no, it has almost 1,000 views, which is fantastic.
That's fantastic, Kevin. I'm gonna just run to the restroom real quick. You hold down the fort for a second while I am.
Oh, he's got to go to the restroom, guys. No problem. All right, so yeah, so let me take it from there. So we ended up having a photo shoot in in the hotel, which I thought was hilarious. You're talking, we probably had that going on for like a good 30 to 40 minutes, us trying to figure out the better angles. So we got that done, took some pics. You got, like I said, check it out on the Instagram for the rest of it. And then pretty much, according to Merritt's itinerary, we needed to go to bed. Merritt and Andrew went out for a little bit for a walk. They met up with one of Merritt's close friends that was in our sport management major. I did not know her until I met her at the tailgate. Shout out to Chelsea out here. They went to go hang out and walked around. And then I went to bed. Mark was out, and Andrew and Merritt came back after. We all woke up at around 6, 6-ish something. We all showered because Lord only knows we needed a shower after our trip.
Ugh.
And then we got ready for the tailgate. And then that's what I got. Merritt, I don't know what you heard. I just kind of recapped them.
I heard we got to a tailgate and I was about to and we showered.
Oh no, I just let them know that you and Andrew just walked around. You guys met up with Chelsea, and then that was about it.
Yeah, just a nice relaxing night. So my favorite part of the night was sending the text message to Ashley and being like, so this is what 3 30-year-olds and a 20-year-old do in a hotel room in Morgantown on a Friday night. And it is Kevin holding a chair and Andrew taking pictures.
I gotta put that photo up somewhere so everybody has it. That could be like the reel for this episode.
It was pretty funny. I loved it. It was a good night. And then of course, no one slept that night.
Well, sorry. Just like, Merritt and said,
it happened.
Yeah, but it's not okay. That's why one of these years I'm just gonna have to like book my own room so I could honestly just sleep on my own because I just cause a lot of damage.
You don't cause
it would have been a lot nicer if I could have just slept in the bathroom and to shield you from all the noise, but the bathroom, there was really no bathroom. It was a toilet and a shower in a closet, and that's all we had.
Except when you slept upright, you were better.
Well, I mean, that now we know for next year, Kevin's just gonna sleep in a chair. Beautiful.
There you go. It might be comfortable. the
It
floor.
will it will not be, but I'll do whatever I gotta do for the team.
Uh, no, Kevin, you are always welcome with us. It's fine. Don't even worry about that.
It's okay. Don't worry. I will next maybe not the pit trip, but the next Morgantown trip, maybe I just buy a separate room and I'll just snore it up and make music on my own.
You and Mark were making a symphony at one point that night. It was pretty funny. I think Andrew and I both
Hey.
looked at each other in the middle of the night going, the fuck.
Well, not only did I make noise, I woke up from his noise too. And I
Yeah, that's
remember
true.
laying on the ground looking, and I'm like, if I'm not sleeping, they're definitely not sleeping. And then the minute I start sleeping, they're definitely not gonna be sleeping. So but yeah, enough about my snoring. Shall we move to the next day, the Saturday?
Oh my God. That was an early day. I think my alarm went off about 6.
Yeah, 100% 6 because I laid on the ground and I heard you and watched your feet as you leaped over me to go shower.
I didn't want to step on you and I didn't want to turn a light on or anything because I could not see how you were laying because the blanket was like spilled out. So I was like, I don't know where he is.
Yeah,
So I jumped over being like, I just don't want to touch him.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing your foot land directly next to my face. And I was like, he's up. So that's when I just figured, all right, well, since he's up, I can try and sleep a little bit more because I know the itinerary was to be out at our tailgate by like 7. And we all got ready, and then we weren't that far behind. What time did we leave? Like 7:30?
I think we were at the tailgate by like 7:30, 7:45, somewhere in that time frame. And honestly, it was great. Like when we drove in, it was foggy as all hell. You could not see anything in front of you.
Also very cold.
It was chilly. It was definitely chilly, but I'm glad I didn't wear pants. That I'm kind of happy I didn't wear the pants.
I mean, I'm honestly happy that I brought my shorts as a backup because I would have been screwed.
Yeah, if you had not brought shorts with you, ooh boy, you would have had a long damn day.
I mean, at that rate, I probably would have ended up buying shorts because of how hot it was later on.
Yeah, it did get nice out. But then, like, honestly, it was fun. We got our tailgate all set up. We started making breakfast sandwiches. I texted my wife saying it was foggy and apparently it changed to goofy. And she asked how drunk I was already at 8:30 in the morning. And I was like, I haven't even had a drink. And as I'm saying this, we're pouring mimosas. So
that's good times. Good times.
Yeah, I thought, and then we had to move our tailgate a little bit because of, some miscommunication from the guy who ran the lot and because we were there so early.
But hey, honestly, shout out to him. Shout out to Jay, aka Jared. He was the guy running the lot. Super nice.
Oh, great
super
dude.
Chill. He let us use the doctor's office bathroom because I guess we're parked as a doctor's office, if I'm correct.
So I think it is a doctor's office. So he allowed us. So because we were parked in a certain part of the lot, we were allowed to use their facilities. So it was pretty nice of them to allow that to happen. They gave full trust to us to walk in. He had unlocked the door, but we just walked in and went to the restroom.
Yeah, really cool guy. He opened up the restroom. Screw the guy that stole the freaking gnome from the doctor's office the week before. That's fucked up. Give their gnome back. But it was
someone
nice.
Stole a gnome. I did not hear him say that.
Yeah. So I think I was the first one to ask for the restroom, and that's when he kind of gave me the rundown of, hey, just like let me know. I trust you guys are gonna be cordial and civil. But yeah, he said the last week he let somebody in to use a bathroom, and then they took one of the gnomes in their like front office area, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? But yeah, he was awesome. It was nice to not have to go to the bathroom in a porta potty. So it was comforting for us. And like the spot where we were was like perfect. You're right by a sheet, or you're not too far from the stadium. We were close to Leland's tailgate. So
honestly, I think for the future, I think I'll just tailgate there. It's $20 per spot. So if you get 2 spots, you pay $40. I appreciate Mark, Kevin, and Andrew for buying the other spot next to us so that we were able to kind of spread out and not be into the road or the parking lot. We had plenty of shots. Chelsea brought tequila. Y'all did shots. I did shotguns. We had a bunch of food. I think we had more food than I thought we were going to have.
I honestly thought we were good, and then we bought all the other food and we didn't even use it.
We used some of it but we did not use all of it. I do have a bunch of it at my house right now. So
But that's good. That's clutch. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Kylie for buying all that. So thank you.
Yes.
I'll see you in like a month for the baby shower. Maybe some of the food will still be here. But I thought we had a blast. We went up to see Leland at one point. It was great to see him. It's always nice to catch up with him and hang out for a little bit. Met his girlfriend, hung out with his dad, had a couple drinks, and was headed back to ours. And at that point, I'm pretty sure we still tailgated a little bit down at our spot. Because I remember the Pitt fans next to us, and I was giving them crap for being Pitt
Giving
fans.
them lots of crap. Yep.
Yeah, but it was nice. I wasn't a jerk.
That is very true.
I was not mean to them. They were very nice to me. I expected Pitt fans to be rude and evil, but these two ladies were very, very nice. They were West Virginia fans, so you had to be nice to back to them. But then we cleaned up and we decided, hey, we're going to go to the Blue Lot because I had people I wanted to see. Kevin had people he wanted to see. And this is where the story takes a fun twist because we got to the Blue Lot all together. And then unbeknownst to me, we all literally just separated. And I don't remember just walking off in a different direction than everybody else. Like Andrew said, at one point it was Mark and myself, Kevin, and then he and Chelsea. And literally, Mark and I just went this way. Kevin went that way. And he and Chelsea were like, well, okay. And Andrew went with Chelsea.
I was so confused. I was like, I remember I simply had my phone out taking some B-roll to just get a view of the Blue Lot. And I turn around. None of y'all are anywhere to be found. I was like, okay, cool. They're going to, and I remember you guys said you're going to go see people. So I was like, all right, y'all do your thing. I want to keep it moving. It took me some time to find where my people were. But I got to go ahead and find them, hung out, had another drink. They gave me some food, which was much needed because I was starving. And yeah, it worked out perfectly. It was cool. And then luckily, you know what's amazing? In Morgantown, you could not text for shit.
You couldn't call or text for shit in the Blue Lot.
No. You couldn't text, but for whatever reason, depending on what spot you were in the Blue Lot, you could call people perfectly fine.
I went off and I was over in C2 where my friends were, and I hung out with them for a little bit. We had a couple beers with them and had a great time. And then I got a text from Andrew saying, yo, where are you guys all at? And I was able to respond, but after that, nothing worked. I'm like, what the fuck? Trying to call, trying to get in touch with Drew, try to find him, try to figure out what's going on. And it's like 40 minutes of trying to find each other.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to let them walk around. I think when I finally saw my one other friend, shout out to my friend Emily, and shout out to my friends Kayla and Megan, who let me have some food. Their food was bomb. Shout out to their husbands for feeding their brother. But once I saw them, and then I finally called Andrew. He's like, yeah, I'm somewhere by like this house. And I finally found where the house was. And then coincidentally, he pulls up, and then we're waiting for you. And then we all end up meeting up, and we finally found each other.
I'm pretty sure I had gone to the man walk with my friends.
Okay.
And I was coming back to where I originally was because that's where I knew Andrew was last at. And literally all of a sudden I just saw you. And then I saw Drew and I was like, all right, cool. We're good. We found each other. And then we went and saw Lindsay for a little bit. We got some food. Lindsay. Her husband for cooking some food and letting us have a bunch because I was starving at that point and slightly inebriated, so I needed the food.
Well, yeah, you drank a lot, sir. So
I
I
put,
I, I don't think I drank as much as you.
I don't think anyone did, but here's the thing. I equate this because I really had beer mimosas for the majority of the day. I think I balanced it out slightly well because of the alcohol and then the orange juice. That's
Well,
my excuse.
I also think that I was able to balance out well because I just kept eating.
That's true. You guys had I think you guys ate more food than I did, but then at the end of the day, I ate a bunch of food in the stadium. So
Yeah, I kept making I wanted to make sure because I've gone around Morgantown with, tipsy eyes. And then, I want to sprain my ankle like I did during pit. So I made sure I was eating, I was intact. I made sure I knew where I was, and pretty much, yeah, I made it out of there alive. I had what I was able to have and went through it, and it was a good time. Typical
yeah.
of what you're supposed to do when you go to Morgantown.
Oh, I definitely agree. It was fun to, once we got to the game and got inside it, the atmosphere of that place was unreal. Did you see it was what 61,106 people were at the game. Largest crowd since 2012 or 2019 against Texas or whatever it was. Um Shout out to all the fans for pulling up. Even if you're a Pitt fan, there was a lot of Pitt fans in there. I'm pretty sure I saved a Pitt fan from a fight with West Virginia fans.
You
Um,
definitely did, which I was so confused about.
I just didn't want anyone to fight.
I almost got it on camera too.
I just did honestly, I did not want to fight. So I just not there's no need to fight. We can use a great example of what just happened at the Patriots game. A brawl exploded at the Patriots Dolphins game this past weekend and ended up killing a man. So you don't
That's a
there's literally
lot.
no reason to fight each other, yell at each other, boo at each other, say shit, go home. That's it. That's all it is. But shout out to our sections. I thought I loved my seats. I think you guys were having a blast over in your section from what I could tell from the videos and looking over and seeing you guys every now and then. But Kevin,
Yeah,
can you please the best part of your video after the first quarter recap? Because I showed Ashley this and she died.
Oh, so in our section, right behind me and Andrew were like two Pit fans. They had one had like a Pit basketball jersey on, and he sounds nerdy like us. Like he is like talking the stats. He knows like every single player's name. He's saying that this person should do this. This person's this and blah blah blah. And so literally, I'm trying to film, like every way out here. I try to film like a first quarter update, second, and so on. So I'm doing the filming. I'm like, doing my thing, the ritual, what I do, and I see the Pit fan come into the corner of my eye of the screen. And as I ask Andrew, and I go, hold up, there's a Pit fan behind us. And I just say, just willy nilly, I just go, fuck him. And I didn't realize it until like after the next day I watched it back. But the way that turned out, it made me seem like I was so angry that he
I
was
thought it
like
was
in my
so
video.
funny.
But it was hilarious. I just simply was like,
Fuck him.
oh yeah, there's Pit fan behind us. Fuck him.
It was
And keep it moving.
the best part was just like so nonchalant. You're just like, oh, it's a Pitt fan. Fuck him. I just
Yeah.
kept going like it was nothing. It was that was the best part about that whole video.
And I made sure like I said it loud too. Like it wasn't just like, oh, fuck him. It was fuck him. Like I wanted to make sure he heard me. And I don't think he did. And I was trying to get him like I was trying to do another because he kept trying to get into my like screen every time I would like film behind. And I wanted to do something where if he like looked back, I would have like went back at him and showed him on camera. But I was trying to be good. I was trying to be a good person, not get into a fight. But I humor myself sometimes, Merritt.
I'm very proud that you did not get into a fight because I love Andrew, but I don't know if he would have been able to do too much to
Oh, I know.
assist. So I'm happy you did not get in a fight because I would have had to run over and
You'd have to
start
jump through sections, which would be pretty legit if you did that.
start throwing pit fans onto the field and whatever. I thought my section was great. I had a lot of great people around me. You know, I sat next to my friends, Kylie and Jay. They have season tickets next to me. But then like throughout the game, I had these people right behind me, Brandon and Ashley. Shout out to you guys. I know you probably won't listen to this podcast, but shout out to you guys. You're great for being a part of the fan base.
You should have gave them our podcast.
I know. I'm sorry. I was
You
trying
were
to find them.
drunk. It's okay.
I wasn't even like that drunk at the game. That's the thing. Like, I think I pretty much was like had sobered up by the time we walked into that stadium. But like, I had a great conversation with them. She kept trying to tell me that I needed to convince him to propose to her. And my response was every single time, nah, don't do it. Come to find out he was a swimmer there, and she worked for the football team as a help recruit the players. So pretty cool. They said that they'll be back next year in that section. I plan on renewing my season tickets for right where we are. So next year when I go back to a game, they're going to be right there. I'm going to hang out with them again. And I think it's going to be one of those where you just continually go to the games and you have the same season ticket holders with you the whole time. Type vibe, but honestly, great vibe that whole game. I barely sat down.
Fantastic.
Like barely sat down, yelled and screamed. I still have no voice. It's slowly coming back. Downside of the game was Garrett Green getting hurt, and then at the end of the game, CJ getting hurt. So I do know from reports that Garrett Green is most likely out the next 2 to 3 weeks with a high ankle sprain. They're believing. They'll reevaluate him, but it is Nico's team right now. And as you can tell, yeah, we won, so it's fine. I'd like to see what Nico can do at this point. So we'll see. And then Kevin, that injury happened like our first drive, like 6 plays into the game.
Yeah,
us.
he got hurt like on a tackle, and something must have happened with his ankle. It got rolled up, but
So I watched it and he got rolled up on. It just got his foot stuck and rolled.
it's always the worst.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely interested if Nico can start again or start a whole game. I think that would be fantastic. I think it's important for his development. He's got to show that he can take reps, and who knows if he continue. Maybe he wins this game on Saturday and takes West Virginia to 3-1, something we haven't been in a while. And who knows, surprise us. I just know the offense felt like it was more catered to someone like Green from what just by watching. But I really would love to see Nico continue to run this offense. I'd love to see them throw the ball just a little bit more. I know they trended on the run because of our strengths, but I would really love to see them, launch the ball a little more. We got a great tight end, like you mentioned last week, Merritt, in Cole Taylor, who's able to catch it. And, we have some wide receivers that can make some plays too. So fingers crossed that, everything's good with Garrett. But again, I would love to see Nico have his time. If we were in a perfect world, I would love to see Garrett do the switch like David Sills did, so we can keep his athleticism on the field, and maybe he moves to a wide receiver because, he's got talent. Those legs, they're fast, and I would love if he were to do something.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last year. We thought that would be the best move for him. Maybe if Nico really takes off against in Texas Tech game this weekend, which would be the first time Neil Brown has beat Texas Tech in 5, would be the 5th attempt. It'd be huge. It'd be a huge confidence booster for us, for him. I'd like to see that happen. I like Nico. I think he can do very well in the system. Granted, it is catered to the run game, and hopefully against a Texas Tech team that is having a very down year, we can do well. That'd be great, you know. So we'll see. I thought though, like game wise, atmosphere wise, nothing can ever beat a game day in Morgantown, honestly.
Especially at night, like the photos that keep popping up of like the sun coming down. It gets no, there's no place better. Put your money on it. There ain't no place better that can beat Morgantown, a football game at night. There, like it's in an incredible setting, and I'm honestly glad that we got to be there to witness it.
Yeah, me too. I'm very, very happy. Overall, Kevin, what were your thoughts on the play on the field? Because there's been some mixed reviews about that.
I mean, honestly, play on the field. Let's just keep it real. It was mediocre. It was mediocre at best. Lots and lots of it's a mess. We won the game. I definitely felt like if we played more efficiently, we could have won it by a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's kind of the life of us being West Virginia fans. They want to make it interesting. They want to get your heart pressure and heart rate up. And that's what they were doing. So I'll definitely say the play could be better. I know it's only week 3, but I just hope that we can continue to build on some momentum of this. Texas Tech is coming next week, 3:30, and then I know that there's going to be another game. I think they got TCU that's going to be coming at night. So
8 p.m. I saw that.
Yeah, so let's keep this going. We talked about our feelings on the coach the last episode and what's he got to do, but we all know what he has to do. He needs to win games, and I would love if we can get a little bit closer to being bowl eligible. If we can be 3-1, halfway to 6, I'll take it.
Yeah, because I rewatched the game and want to just toss it on for the pod. They did mention, they interviewed Neil Brown about this game, about, he knows he's on the hot seat. He's called himself out that he's on the hot seat this year. He has to win. And they asked him, what happens if you lose this game? He goes, well, if I lose, then I expect myself to, there to be repercussions. And if that does happen, then I'll deal with it. I'll man up and I'll handle it. But I'm going to go prepare for this game like I'm going to win. I thought that was a great quote. Now, I think Neil Brown is a great guy. I think he's a phenomenal recruiter. I think he's done very, very well recruiting wise. But we'll see. Like Kevin said, I'd love us to go 3-1 and be in a good spot for the rest of the season, because it's not going to get any easier. You still have to play Oklahoma State. I believe we play Kansas. I believe we play Baylor. Oh no, we don't play Baylor or Kansas. So we have UCF, Cincinnati, BYU. And none of those are walk in the park games. So I'm hopeful.
All right. Next couple of games, we got Texas Tech, TCU. We're off a week. Then we got Houston. We got Oklahoma State. Then we're going to UCF. We got BYU coming to us. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. Yes. Texas Tech, TCU, Houston, Oklahoma State, UCF, then BYU. Then we're at Oklahoma. Cincinnati comes to us, and then we end on the road with Baylor.
Okay. So a lot of good games, a lot of potential. The Big 12 is definitely down this year, so that is helpful for us. But I think the team itself is going to use what we have here as a momentum push, I hope. So Kevin, what are your thoughts? Do you think it helps push us past our expectations of this team because of this win? Or are we potentially setting ourselves up to have a drastic fall?
That's a hell of a question, because they can honestly go either way. But number one, we're 2-1 right now.
Yeah,
that is more than a lot of other people thought that we were gonna be. So I think the 2-1 is way better than 1-2, just from a looks of it. I think it's going to be important to see how we show up this weekend with Texas Tech after all the hoopla and all the craziest ended with the backyard brawl. How do you respond? Are you going to keep up that momentum, or are you just going to stunt your growth and then, we got to figure it out with 2 road games in October. So it would be really crucial if we can win this Texas Tech, because I think if we can win Texas Tech this weekend, that could be the start of us, like the real test of us really saying if our team can compete, or if we're just going to continue to be the bottom dwellers of the Big 12. So I'm not sold on it exceeding our expectations, but I'm just here to wait and see
Yeah, and that Saturday's game is our last home game
for a
for a
while.
month. No, we like you said, you have TCU, then Houston. Those we're having a lot of night games. Five
Yeah,
out of our first 6 are night games. Because the
yeah.
Houston one's at 7, apparently. So that's awesome. I'll take that any day of the week. So hopefully that continues for us. That'd be fantastic. I'd like to see us play at night. That's more fun. Especially for me. It makes my life a lot
Yeah.
easier.
I agree. Me too.
Especially for you. And then I agree, Kevin. Like being 2-1 is a better number than 1-2. I think this conversation would be very, very different if we had lost.
Oof.
But
Yikes. I don't even think we would record this week if we lost. I'll be honest.
I don't think so either. I'm hopeful Texas Tech comes up and we win. I think we can. If we can be 3-1 going into TCU, I'd be happy.
That's a huge confidence boost though for that team if they did.
Oh, that's huge. And then TCU's a tough game. I know they're having a down year because of losing a lot of guys. So I'll chalk that up as a potential loss to TCU. So you're 3-2, right? Bye week. Then you go to Houston. You better beat the pants off of them. I want them to be. I don't think Houston's good. They're not a good team, and I think we can do it. So then you're 4-2. You got to win 2 more games. You got Oklahoma State, UCF, BYU, Oklahoma, Cincinnati, and Baylor. None of those are easy.
I would say I feel like we should have a chance against someone like UCF, maybe.
I think we have a chance against BYU, Cincinnati, and Baylor. Oklahoma State, we always play very crappy against. We beat them once last year. UCF is a really good team, and Oklahoma is just looks like back to normal Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. It's a long season. We got plenty of time left. But Kevin, do you want to drop the news of what occurred last night and what we're doing next year?
What occurred last night is that Merritt already bought our tickets to go to Pittsburgh for the Brawl. The Brawl Part 3.
I did not buy tickets. I bought our hotel room.
Yes, bought the hotel room. My apologies. But yes, we're going back again. And we're going to fly this time because
the
driving. Now, if it was in Morgantown, that's one thing. I feel like we would have had to drive because there's no other way to get there. But Pittsburgh, it's in the main city. Let's just get to the hotel, fly in, Uber in, figure it out from there. And honestly, I'm excited that we're doing it. And I have to start saving my money now because Lord only knows I got to figure it all out. But I'm excited to go to the Brawl, go back to Acrisure Stadium and sing Sweet Caroline, the West Virginia way.
The only way to do it.
Again, do you know what? You want to know something? I just have to talk about it. It's so funny that so many people apparently never knew that we do the Sweet Caroline during our games. And they were shocked that we do that. And I'm like, it's been like that for years. But then I guess it's a matter of who gets it in their hands and views it first, because if somebody from Barstool sees it, they're definitely going to see it way more than if I were to post it up. So,
well, then apparently on ESPN, it was so loud they had to change the volume or the recording volume for the stadium on the broadcast because all you could hear over the announcers was "eat shit Pitt."
It's amazing.
Like at one point it was deafening. My watch at one point told me I was in a loud environment and needed to move out of the environment.
Well, we were also right next to the speaker, so I think that's why your watch is also doing that too.
I wasn't near the speakers.
Where our seats, like that
Oh,
section,
yeah.
they're by the scoreboard, so you're just taking a freaking pounding.
And then everyone around me is just yelling the whole time. So that was fun. But yeah, like Kevin said, we're going to be back. We are staying at the casino right up the road from the stadium.
Walking distance, I think, too, right?
9-minute walk.
It's a far walk, but I think I could deal with that.
Kevin, it's shorter than last year's walk.
It's last year's walk was a long walk.
Yeah, this walk is here's the stadium. If you're looking at it from the river, you just go that way. You go up and around, and then you're there. And we get free breakfast.
That's clutch. Absolutely clutch.
I got you there. And then we're close enough to the bars and the restaurants because honestly, and I know we'll talk about it as like the year progresses and we get closer to the event, which we have plenty of time to deal with. But like, I'm not going to go tailgate most likely there. I'll probably just go to the bar and hang out.
Unless what they do over there.
Unless like Leland is up there and he's got a tailgate, then I'll probably go hang out with him. If there's anyone else that's around.
Well, we'll go hang out with him. We're not going to separate like we would in Morgantown and Pittsburgh.
No, we cannot.
We got to stick together.
Someone will get hurt if that happens.
No, exactly.
Did you see what the I got to throw this in here before we end. What the Pittsburgh coach did?
No, I didn't.
So you know how he came out last year and basically said that Morgantown fans are the worst people in the world. They throw beer cans and all that stuff at players.
Mm-hmm.
The Pitt players got off their bus with their helmets on, expecting for things to be thrown at them.
Yeah, I saw that. I did remember seeing that. That's hilarious,
dude. And apparently the offensive coordinator for Pitt, his dad was a head coach at West Virginia years ago in the 70s. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that was pretty cool. I saw that on the broadcast. I was like, oh, you know what? That's kind of cool. Your dad would be rolling over in his grave right now because you're coaching Pitt, but no matter what. But besides us going to the Backyard Brawl in Pittsburgh, I think that's going to be the last one for a few years because we start our home and home with Alabama. I will be bringing the little guy to the Penn State game.
Oh, that's right. Yes. You're making it a family day.
Yes. So family day for the Peasleys is going to be August 30th over in Morgantown. We are going to go to the Pitt game with our friends and their daughter that's going to be born right after us. And I have a blast. I don't know how I got the okay from the wife to do this.
Yeah, I don't know how either. Shout out.
But she said, yeah, that sounds great. I think we talked about it when I got back on Sunday and I convinced her, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bring him into that environment. I know Ashley and Brendan, who I met last on Saturday, I told them I was doing it and they're like, oh my God, we cannot wait to meet your child. I'm like, cool. You can babysit him. So there will be a couple of We Out Here's in Morgantown and Pittsburgh next year. So you guys honestly get ready. You'll get your video for this year, probably in the next couple of weeks. Just let Andrew get back to the old grind of school.
We have a couple We Out Here's, right? We got to have your T-ball thing.
Yep. So that's going to come out. He said that should be out hopefully this week.
Amazing.
But that's all I got. Kevin, did I miss anything or did you miss anything? What happened?
No. All I have to say is that we're literally on time schedule because we have 42 seconds left and we're in at an hour. I don't think anything crazy. I guess the only other thing in sports update wise, we didn't talk about, Colorado CSU. They went until 1:20 in the morning. Colorado came out on top, and then apparently the guy that hit Travis Hunter was getting death threats by people, which is messed up. But Coach Prime said that we would you need those people need to stop because you're not going to be talking about somebody's life over a football game, which I appreciated Prime for doing that. But I will say, Merritt, depending on how the schedule comes up, and that's our time that we have to stop.
We're out.
We need to see Coach Prime since he's in the Big 12.
Oh, we will.
Yes, that's going to be another plan. We out here somehow, some way. But
we'll talk about it after this.
That's all I got.
All right, boys and girls. Well, Kevin, you know what time that means. You wrap this thing up for us.
Yes. So, guys, we're going to try and keep our podcast to about an hour. Maybe one day we'll keep it to like an hour and 15 or a little bit longer if we have guests. But yeah, we're going to try and keep it to an hour with just the two of us. We honestly just want to go over the brawl and just recap our time this weekend in Morgantown. We love Morgantown. It's forever home to us. We love going down there, and shout out to everybody we got to see this weekend, and shout out to you if you were able to come through our tailgate. Shout out to Ian and his wife Cisa for stopping by, and everybody else that came through. We appreciate you. But yeah, it's outro time. If you want to listen to us, make sure you listen to us on all streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Play, we're on Google Play. If you want to watch us, we're on our YouTube page, always at the Manly Musings Podcast. Make sure you follow the Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. You'll be able to find stuff from Merritt on his Instagram at Merritt_P. You'll follow me, find some reels on my Instagram at CakePava624. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Peace, y'all.